Alright, that should start in a moment. Alright, I think we're up. I think we're live.
Yeah, check.
Yeah, looks like that's going. If you
Yep.
want to check, that would be good. That is going.
I think so. You should. I don't know. Someone was asking.
Okay, I'll just tell Comfy because I don't know who to ping, so I'll just say. Um, okay, I have asked the question. Anyway, we should be ready to go. I'll run through the grid now then. So it'll be posted by the bot, says Comfy. That's good.
Okay.
So pole position is Arix, which is my team. Very proud. But yeah, so pole position's Arix 1. That's Ben MK. Second place is Arix 2, which is Bosworth. Third is GTF 1, which will be Ice Tigers apparently, although that's not what it says on my lobby screen. So hopefully that gets sorted out. I'm not sure who it's supposed to be. Hello, Nushul. Is that how you say? I tried my best.
Yeah.
It was bad, wasn't it?
It was alright.
Okay. It doesn't matter. You can tell me it's bad. Fourth place is RRC 2, the second team, interestingly, which is... Oh, my... These pronunciations are going to be bad. I'll go with Kawajo.
Yeah, I suppose so. Kawacho.
Okay, cool. Fifth, we got the first DLL team, which is Flipsy.
Yep.
Sixth is Confi for RRC 1. Seventh is the second DLL team with Johnny, who's at the lobby. Yeah, the grid on my PlayStation screen looks different to this, so hopefully, I'll take that, to be honest. Hopefully. Where was I? Okay, then we got the RRC third team in 8th, which is Masma. Then GTA 1, which is GTIC. Then DLL third team, which I'm not even going to try to say that name, but it's on your screen somewhere. Maybe. Maybe you try to say it, because I have no idea.
Wait, who?
It's DLL3. It's... I don't see him in the PlayStation lobby, which is maybe the problem.
I think that's my team.
It starts with an O. Oster something.
Ostergeschenk.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then in 11th RRC, the fourth team, which is Paul, and then KWE, which I believe is a very recent entry, didn't get to do qualifying, which is going to be Rotec for the first stint, apparently. Yeah, who's there in the lobby. Ku is very silent, apparently. Okay, let me turn you up.
Yeah, I think I can do something on my end as well.
Okay.
Maybe. Hopefully.
I'll turn... You've been turned up in my ear.
Oh, no, I'm...
Hopefully that helps. Let me see if on the broadcast itself I can do anything. Although, probably not. No, but I've turned you up as much as I can in the party chat, so hopefully that helps. You're definitely louder in my ears now.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to do something on my end as well.
Okay, that's good.
But it seems I'm already at max volume.
Oh, here we are. Here's the guy who I can't pronounce. Will he be annoyed if I call him Wampy? Because it's better now apparently.
I think it's alright. Fine. It's easy, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Alright. So if I just look at the times, I'm just looking to get a reference for what maybe we might be looking for. We're looking for maybe high 59s, low 2-minute lap times, yeah? something around there by the looks of things.
Yeah,
For the front
from
runners,
what I've
maybe.
seen till now, it's probably around 2 minutes,
Okay.
pretty much.
And do you have any idea what the strategy will be? I'm not racing, so
Uh,
and none of my teammates have
I
any idea either. So
I tried some strategies. Maybe people would try using the mediums, maybe.
oh really? Okay, that could be interesting.
Um, yeah, it felt like the soft tires are to run off too fast.
Okay, all right. So if you use mediums, how many pit stops are you looking at? Maybe.
Um, Probably two, if they don't crash into the wall, which probably will have happen
Yeah. Okay. It is
sometimes.
Bathurst. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay. All right. So we should be starting fairly soon. I imagine there will maybe be a test start of some sort, or um, maybe actually I don't know, but I assume there will be a test start of some or something like that. Um, I'm just looking at the lap times at the moment. I think Confi's done a low 2 minute. Bosworth's done a high 59. Yeah, so we're pretty much ready to go here. We're just waiting for whoever the host is. I think it's Comrade to start either a test race or a full race. Hopefully we do a test race,
Okay.
because I think going straight into the main race might be a bit worrying.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, but let's see how that goes. I'm trying to work out the chat's coming up on my PlayStation screen. I don't like that. Never mind, it can stay. Okay, yeah, we can just we'll wait until they get going, and hopefully that will be soon. The
Alright,
race
yeah.
is scheduled to start in 2 minutes, so we should be going fairly quickly, especially if there is going to be a test race. I've just noticed that RRC1 car's driving the Lancer. That is a choice that I would have not have thought of, but that could be definitely
Oh, true.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I tried the Lancer as well
Oh
in
yeah.
training. Um, it has good traction. It gets around the corners pretty fast, but it lacks in top speed, definitely.
Oh, it's the clown choice apparently. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean the BOP, from what I can tell at the moment, is a bit weird. I mean, the GTR that we've chosen is definitely the OP car.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe the
Though I
Porsche
thought,
can keep up, but
yeah,
yeah. So it's
yeah. Though I thought the GDR would be kind of slow around the corners,
yeah, but
but
then the
obviously
straight
seems
line
not so.
speeds somehow just. I mean, the daily race this week is Nürburgring
Yeah,
GP, and the GTR is still the fastest car, even though it's a cornering track, really. So
yeah,
yeah, it's a bit strange. Anyway, the BOP is broken. Feel like we know that it's been like that for a long time.
definitely. Yeah,
So um, yeah, we move on. But hopefully this will be interesting. I think there's a fair bit of variety.
yeah. I hope so too. Okay, and the Mustang decided to turn around.
There's a Mustang in third as well. Wow.
Yep.
I suppose you would expect that to be quite a good car on the straights, so it maybe makes sense.
Yeah, I think this team always chose the Mustang in the past already.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Alright, it looks like we're going. I think it's the main race straight away, so hopefully this will be okay. Um, we'll go to a formation lap first, and then obviously straight into the racing at the end of that lap, and Ben will be the starter on that one. So let's go.
Right.
I'll check all the tyres just to make sure. I think so far everybody on softs. Yeah, everybody is starting on softs, so no mediums for the start, but maybe people will switch over later on in their stint. We've got 2 hours this first stint, and then 5 more of those to go, obviously to make up the 12 hours. So yeah, not the usual start to a Gran Turismo race, much more slow. Oh, I need to leave so I can get the full cameras. Thing to see, but you get used to it. And I'll just stick around Flipsy in the middle of the field, so we get a good view of everybody.
So I see most of them are trying to heat up their tires at the moment.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of a thing tire temperature is on this game, but
yeah,
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I
I'm
don't
not
always
so
know what
sure
I'm
as
talking
well
about.
that, but I do it anyways.
It's a cool thing to
Just
do,
in
right?
case.
Makes you look
Yeah.
like a pro.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, a couple of people flashing their lights. This is quite a dark time setting for the first stint, which makes sense. It's in the morning, but most of the race through the day, which should be interesting. Yeah, I thought it would be a bit darker. It's kind of a slight dark, but mostly light setting. Bathurst with the dark for the start would be quite scary. But yeah,
Yeah.
in my one long Bathurst race experience, it's quite a terrifying one.
Yeah, same for me.
It makes a difference. You start. Oh, you're talking about tyre temperature, right? Okay, that's quite interesting. I never really noticed because I guess the game doesn't really have any way of showing you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it doesn't really show that much. It's just a small little thing at the...
On the tyres, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's only when it's very extreme, sort of up or down, right? So it's a bit...
Yeah.
Anyway, we're coming to the last chicane. I think the starting zone is quite soon after this. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, it's probably after the last corner.
Starts, yeah, after the chicane.
After the chicane. So, okay, we need to get ready to go. So I'll watch Ben, see when he decides to start the race. Hopefully it's all clean and everyone gets away well. It is a 12-hour race, but you'd rather not crash right at the beginning.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I kinda expect it when they are grouped up like that.
Yeah, definitely at this track, there's a high chance of a crash. He hasn't gone yet. He's waiting right until the line.
Yep.
And he's gone.
Everyone is...
And they've all gone. I think everyone got around the last corner. Probably a good decision from Ben to save anyone from crashing. And away they go.
Yep.
It looks like
the race has started.
Quite a chill start. No one's really
Gladly.
changed positions. We've got Comfy right on the back of Flipsy though. He might look for a move into this corner. Into turn 2. Yeah, alright. And the KWE car straight away moving up one position. But apart from that, I think it's been quite a nice chill start. I think everyone realising they've got 12 hours of this to come. Arix breaking away a little bit at the front. And then very close pack behind. I think Flipsy... Oh, Eyes Tigers missed the chicane.
Yep.
That might be a penalty. Let's see. Yeah, it is
And
0.5.
half a
Okay.
second. Usually it's half a second or 1 second at a mountain section.
All right. They're looking a little bit out of the flow at the moment, but hopefully they'll find their rhythm at some point, or fairly soon. But I think they're going to let through a few cars here with the penalty.
Yeah, the penalty zone definitely hurts on this track.
That's 0.5, but it'll probably be more like 1 second, right? A penalty.
Yeah, probably around
Bosworth
second.
very close to Ben, but not making a move just yet. From what I know, I'm expecting Bosworth to be faster than Ben in this stint, so I'll just watch that from a distance. And this is very close. Comfy's gone up the inside of both of them. Has Flipsy gone off?
Oh.
Flipsy's gone off a little bit, but he's come back. Lost some positions, unfortunately. Down to 8th, behind the other DLL car. Oh, there's 3, but one of them. And now Comfy goes up to 3rd. Comfy was looking fast, so I imagine he'll pull away and maybe chase after the Arix cars.
Yeah, he's losing at the straights, but that was to
Right.
be expected.
Is the Subaru not quick on the... Oh no, the Lancer, of course, sorry. It looks like a Subaru. I always get confused.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, Kawajo, though, the Mercedes, is definitely keeping with him. Ice Tiger's for me a little bit of a train again after the penalty. Goes down to about 9th with Rotec in 9th. And then further back you have Masma and GT Ick and this guy.
Ostergeschenk.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, I'll go back towards the front so we see how they do down the straight. Looks like the Arix cars are a bit too far away from each other, as well as Comfy and Kawajo, but maybe in this battle here, yeah. We've got Paul, Flipsy and Johnny all very close together on track, and that Porsche isn't too fast on the straights, so there might be an overtake. Oh, and Flipsy, he's going for it. Oh,
there
that's
might
been
be
an
contact.
incident. I think there was contact there, yeah.
Maybe it was net
Maybe
contact.
revenge for the last lap. Hopefully not.
But at least there's
But,
no damage,
yeah.
as far as I see, yes.
Looks like no damage. Paul has rejoined a few seconds back, but not too much damage done to his race, hopefully, in the grand scheme of things. And Flipsy carries on now in 6th, with Johnny in 7th and Rotec in 8th. So Rotec making a good climb up through the field from last on the grid. And the Jag
Quite
looks like it's going to
impressive, yeah.
make another move. Yeah.
The Hyundai lacks of top speed as well, so I think it's even slower than the Jaguar.
Okay, wow. Alright. So the battle of the slow speed cars on the straights, but Flipsy pulling away a little bit, chasing after Ice Tigers now. And these two, Comfy and Kawajo, are catching the Arix pairing, so we could get a four-way battle for the lead soon.
Rotec was trying to pass in the mountain
Oh, there's a
section.
massive
and-
incident. Oh no.
Yeah.
Let me look at Ice Tigers. That looked like a spin to me on their own
Yep.
accord.
And
And maybe a hit from Flipsy as he went round. So Ice Tiger has rear damage. Let me check Flipsy, who was behind. Flipsy's got away with it, but just some
yeah,
time
maybe
lost
there
probably.
was no contact at all.
Yeah, maybe not. Definitely wasn't Flipsy's fault, that one. I think, if anything, it was just a small tap as the other car was spinning.
Rotec is
Rotec.
trying to pass Johnny, and I think he succeeded.
Yeah,
Yes.
it looks. Oh, and Johnny's gone back up
Maybe
the inside.
revenge.
Maybe revenge. They've kept it clean. And Paul's gone round both of them. That was incredible. He's gone round the outside of both
Good
of them.
move, yeah.
Yeah. That was very impressive.
He's recovering quite well from
He
last.
is, from what happened last lap, but maybe he can come back and get revenge on Flipsy. Dropped off now, but yeah, we'll probably catch back up again soon. And Ben's starting to pull away from Bosworth, so that's the situation at the front. And then we come back to this battle. Rotec now at the inside of Paul, and he's taken 6th place there. So this car definitely showing signs that it could be a front runner once it's recovered from its grid position due to not doing qualifying.
Yeah.
Looking like it's
was there a mistake in
by
McKenna, I think?
Oh, let me.
The cars are pretty.
Oh, it looks like they've got a lot closer.
Close
Yeah,
together.
I've missed that, but yeah, probably a mistake somewhere. And there might be an overtake here.
For the lead.
Let's see. So bearing in mind both of these guys are controller racers, so let's see if they can keep it together, because it could end up with a bit of a crash here. That's how they're keeping it a bit more civil though. Bosworth maybe not wanting to overtake at this point in the race. Just on formation. But they do have Comfy catching quite quickly, so. And going back to this, we've got Rotec has now caught Flipsy. And Paul also catching up, maybe looking for revenge. And Rotec sets the fastest lap of the race as well. So yeah. Oh no, Paul!
Oh!
He's escaped damage. He's gone deep. But
yeah, he might be losing some positions now.
Yeah, this will be tricky for him to defend from GT Ick. Is it Ick? Icker, okay.
I suppose.
Paul holds it on the inside.
These corners are very narrow. Not sure if 2 cars.
Looks like they've made it. Just about.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, the Mercedes might have backed off, maybe.
Yeah, I think the Mercedes did back off. Maybe knowing Paul's a bit faster and just made a mistake there. So Ice Tigers has obviously had some issues. Maybe will be recovering now, I suppose, with the damage.
Yeah, we'll see.
They'll be losing a lot of time on the straights, right? But at least their damage is balanced, so they won't have the steering the wrong way or slightly offset.
Yeah.
But it's not ideal, obviously. What would you do in that situation? Would you pit or keep going?
I definitely would pit, yeah.
Yeah?
But I would change tires. I maybe wouldn't.
Maybe run a longer stint. Maybe run mediums for a bit. Or...
Yeah.
Okay. Massima slightly falling off the back, but maybe coming back. And up towards the front. Has Comfy caught anymore? Comfy's right behind Bosworth now. Okay. We'll watch this, and also Rotec right behind Flipsy, but we'll watch this for now, because there could be an overtake here.
Probably not. The GDR is too good on the straights.
That's true, actually. That's the problem Comfy will have, because it looked like there Bosworth was pulling away even with the slipstream. Oh no, Bosworth into the wall.
There was a mistake.
There's damage on that. There's damage on that car now. And Comfy takes 2nd place. And Bosworth with damage. Will he pit? Let's see. And Comfy may be looking to go for the win here. The stint win at least. Chase after Ben.
Yeah.
Just having a look at Paul now. Paul, I think, will be interesting because he's had some issues during the race, but hopefully he can find his way back through because he's looking quite fast. So I imagine he'll catch up to the cars in front of him again.
Yeah.
Rotek is maybe looking for a move on Flipsy soon. The Jag looks to be quite fast on the straights, although maybe that's just the Subaru being slow, but I don't know.
Yeah, the Subaru is relatively slow on the straights, but pretty strong in the corner section.
Okay. I think the Subaru is quite a stable car, right? It's quite nice to drive. I remember it was probably the fastest car earlier on in the game's life, and it was very stable and easy to get around.
Yeah, that's my experience of it too. I would have chosen it as well as a car, but yeah, unfortunately it was already chosen before twice.
I remember this. Yes, I remember that being an issue. Oh, the Genesis is. Are you in the?
Yeah, I'm driving the Hyundai Genesis.
Is it the
the
Genesis X or the other one?
It's a Hyundai.
Oh, okay, fine. Comfy.
The car in 7 right now.
The car in 7. Oh, right, yeah. It's a nice looking car. I'll give it that, even if it's not quite as fast as the Subaru, maybe. It looks better,
definitely,
I think. Yeah. Comfy now catching Ben in the lead. Bosworth has dropped off a bit, which makes sense with the damage. Kawajo might look to catch. And then once again we have Rotek right behind Flipsy, which has been the case for a few laps now. But never quite close enough to make the overtake. But we'll watch again on this main straight. Not the main straight, the back straight. Looks like Flipsy went a bit wide on the exit. So maybe, but Rotek's quite far back.
Yeah, the Subaru is gaining a lot in the mountain section.
Yeah.
So it's not that easy to overtake you on the straights.
Yeah, I mean, Rotek just needs to get a little bit closer. I mean, look how close he can get at the end of that straight, even though he was, 7/10 behind at the beginning of the straight. Oh, a penalty for Rotek.
He got a penalty.
Oh. Well, that will set his progress back a little bit. I'll do a quick tyre wear and fuel check now. We'll start at the front and move backwards. So Ben, Comfy, definitely similar tyre wear, but extra fuel for Comfy, and they're very close together on track now. But I imagine Comfy might struggle with an overtake due to the lack of top speed. Bosworth with even more fuel over Comfy, but with the damage, of course. Kawajo less fuel in the Mercedes, and the same with Flipsy. Rotek has a bit extra. Paul, very good tyre wear for the Porsche, which makes sense. Especially the front tyres are very, not very worn.
Yeah.
And Johnny very close behind Paul now. So I think Paul might have made that overtake. Am I right? Is he behind? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. Before, the Hyundai was in 7th.
Okay, makes sense. Looking at the fuel, everyone's fairly equal. There are some people with a bit more. Ice Tigers has the least on half fuel pretty much exactly now. The Mustang, maybe not the best on fuel.
Yeah, that was to be expected, actually, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that one. But we're approaching half fuel, so maybe halfway in the stint. The tyres look like they can make it, as Rotek serves his penalty. The tyres look like they can make it another...
Yeah.
Till the end of that fuel.
So probably we will only see softs.
Yeah, looks like it. And then if we have a look at the time done, looking at about 20 minutes for maybe half the fuel, so a 2-stop possible if you do well on your fuel.
If you don't crash as well.
Yeah, but maybe a 3-stop more likely, depending.
Confi is right behind.
Confi is right behind Ben.
Yep, only 2 tenths away, but he's not gonna do it on the straight.
Yeah, I think it was quite close as well last lap, and Confi can't really. I think Confi is going to have to force Ben into an error because the GTR is very good on the straights.
Probably.
Or maybe
yeah.
do a strategy pass of some sort.
I think he's faster.
It looks like he's
even
faster.
On the mountain section, but well, you can pass him there. Normally.
It will have to be a very daring overtake, but yes.
Yeah.
Maybe down into this S section here if he gets really close, but it could be quite tricky. And Ben pulled away a little bit through the mountain section, so maybe starting to get his eye in a bit. But Confi looks to be the quickest guy on track at the moment. I'm very close now, so even with the low straight line speed, this could be a possible overtake. So let's watch.
Ooh. He's
within 2 tenths, but not quite close enough by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think he didn't try.
I think, yeah, he braked a bit early on that one. Maybe setting up for the next lap, and he could be a bit closer. And then also we got Coward Joe behind Bosworth, who maybe stands a better chance than the Mercedes of making an overtake, especially with Bosworth with damage.
Yeah.
And then Rotec once again, right behind Flipsy. Yeah. Maybe into turn 2 the move could be done here. We're very close.
So we have a lot of battles between 2 cars at the moment.
Right. Okay, this could be a move, maybe. No, not quite. But very well set up for the back straight.
Confi is in the lead.
Oh wow!
He just did
totally
it in
missed that
part.
Did you see where it was?
I think in turn 4 might be.
Very impressive. Okay, so Comfy takes the lead.
A pretty surprising spot.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. Shame we missed it. It's my bad. But Ben now keeping close. If Ben stays close, then the GTR obviously will have a good chance of a re-overtake. But it looks like he's struggling a bit with traction. Well, here we go. Let's see if he can get back past with the Nissan top speed. Obviously a lot further back than Comfy was, but he will have that advantage. Comfy holds the lead, so that should be Comfy safe in the lead now that we've passed that main overtaking spot. And Rotec has made the overtake into the chicane there. There we go. Oh, Flipsy may be looking for a move back into the last corner though.
Yeah, that's a difficult corner to overtake.
Yeah.
I felt like
yeah.
It's a bit narrow.
Yeah, that would have been a bit risky, that one. But okay, looks like Rotec has now made the move into 5th place and will
definitely
maybe chase after the ones ahead. And still keeping somewhat close to Comfy, maybe looking for a repass later on in the lap. It's not over yet. Bosworth has pulled away a little bit from Kawajo. Maybe Kawajo has decided to save fuel or tyres well if he can't get past. And Rotec closing that gap very quickly. It's already gone down 7 tenths since he made the overtake on Flipsy, so...
Yeah. Oh, I see the Porsche has damage as well.
Oh no.
Looks like he met the barrier at some point.
Yeah, it seems like it. So Paul now, after all his struggles, has some damage, but this... it's not the worst time to get it. Early pit stop now wouldn't be too bad, I don't think.
Yeah, probably.
A bit further back. Ice Tiger's making some progress on Massima, despite the damage, so driving fairly well there. Doing quite consistent lap times, so...
Yeah, he's slowly gaining time.
Yeah,
very slowly.
Back. Yeah.
I think it was 15 seconds a few laps ago. He crashed in the barrier again.
Oh, this is definitely a pit stop now. Pretty much the whole car's damaged, surely.
Yep.
Surely a pit stop now is needed. I see an overtake. Johnny trying to go round the outside of Paul. Onto the grass, and Paul holds it.
Clean.
Yeah. Did you see that I didn't have the best view? Oh, Paul pits. Did Paul maybe push Johnny off there, or?
I couldn't see that as well, but
okay.
Johnny was definitely on the grass.
Okay. So Paul for the first pit stop, 33 fuel. Probably going to change tyres, fix the damage, and I imagine fuel up to full again. But let's see. Looking forwards, Kawajo's dropped off and has damage, so definitely a mistake from Kawajo and the Mercedes. I imagine a pit stop probably this lap then with that damage. And Rotek now probably going to make the move quite soon. Comfy has pulled away a lot at the front from Ben. 3 seconds now ahead. And Bosworth 3.5 behind Ben.
There was probably a mistake as well, I guess.
Oh! Rotek has spun and hit the wall. Light damage.
Oh, very light.
Looked a lot worse than it turned out to be, but I was expecting full-on engine damage. 20 seconds lost there, but he saved it fairly well.
Yeah, but he lost one position, I think.
Yeah, one position lost, maybe about 5 seconds, but I think given how big that crash looked, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Flipsy now maybe in a bit more of a comfortable place, can chase after Kawajo with the damaged Mercedes. Can't be running slightly wide on the last corner, but...
And Joe isn't pitting?
Yep.
With his damage.
Joe not pitting. Maybe just hoping that he can last until the end of the stint.
Probably...
with the damage. That's what I would do, I think, at this point.
7 more laps for him.
Yeah.
Rotek pits.
So maybe the first of more front runners type car making a pit stop. So let's just check what Paul actually did in his pit stop. It didn't fix the damage or got new damage. One of those two has happened. That's really not what you want. Whether that's a misclick in the pit stop or...
Fortunate.
Yeah, that's really not not good.
Yeah.
Ice Tigers, it looks like, has made a pit stop. I haven't seen that. Obviously, that would make sense given how much damage there was on that car.
Yeah.
Now hopefully can slowly start to move forwards again after not a good start, but...
Yep.
And now blue flags as well, so Comfy probably catching up in a moment. As Paul pits again now, I think, to fix the damage once again. Definitely not what you would want in this first stint, but it's a 12-hour race, so...
Yeah, a lot can happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, only half an hour through yet.
Okay, so Kawa is going for 15 lap stints, apparently. That's interesting. So if your tyres have gone after 12 laps... Oh, Ben has damage now. Sorry to interrupt me reading out. Exactly the same damage as Bosworth, so both Arix cars in the... not having the most fun.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see what he decides to pit.
And Flipsy passed Joe.
Oh, right, yes.
Contact. There was small contact.
No additional damage for either car, and Joe pits after that, which makes sense, I suppose. So Ben and Joe now, and Bosworth has also pitted, so 3 cars now in the pits. Comfy and Flipsy stay out. and let's see what they do in the pit stops. I think this is probably a bit early for them. This is maybe a transition to a 3-stop strategy from a 2-stop, which is maybe what they were trying before. So let's see how it goes. And then Johnny also in the pits. Everyone else looks like they're staying out. Rotek, of course, is already pitted, as has Paul, who has a 4.5 second penalty somehow. I don't know how he's done that.
Probably he did some mistake at the entry of the pit stop.
Oh, you're right, yeah. And Ice Tiger's maybe looking at not finishing last in this stint. Although he has now been lapped by Comfy, who continues to move forwards in the race. Comfy doing a very good job in the first stint.
Yeah. One of the few cars that had no damage yet.
Yeah, I think the top two are maybe the only cars who haven't had damage.
Maybe that's a good strategy, just don't crash.
It seems like a great strategy to me, to be honest. Bosworth with a 3-second penalty, I assume, for cutting the pit lines. So that will be really bad for him. But I don't think he'll lose any positions due to it yet, but maybe later on in the race.
Yeah.
And I think Ben must have made a mistake, because Bosworth's caught him a lot. GT Ica has a small amount of damage, but I think this has actually been quite a nice race for him. It's been going quite consistently along. Now up to
and Rotek passed Joe.
Rotek has now passed Joe, and this is quite an important overtake actually, I think, for a bit of a higher position. I think these guys were fighting with Flipsy and maybe some Bosworth and Ben later on in that first stint of this stint.
Yeah, probably.
Ica pits, yeah. So I think what we're looking at here is 3-stop strategies for most of the field, except for the top two, Comfy and Flipsy, who look like they could do a 2-stop here, which will definitely gain them a lot of time. We'll see how their tyres hold out, but I imagine it's not going to be too bad looking at the tyre wear that they have now. Because with the way the tyre model is, as probably everyone knows, you can basically run them until they're fully red before they really give up. Okay, I'm going to grab some water. I'll be back in a couple of seconds.
Alright. So I think Flipsy's gonna pit within the next 2 laps, probably due to fuel. Let me see. Maybe there are some overtakes.
Okay.
No. Oh, Rotek is in the barrier. Yeah, he touched the barrier probably and spun.
Looks like it. That's a lot of time lost as well.
Yeah, lost 2 positions.
Okay.
Probably 7 seconds, 8 seconds.
Okay, I'm right at the beginning of the stint, so maybe gonna have to drive with damage for the rest of this stint, or an early pit stop. Really the worst time to have hit.
Damage is not too bad though, so yeah.
Yeah. And
he can probably deal with it.
You're gonna have to say the name again, but your teammate is actually doing a really good job. I've only just noticed, but very good tyre wear, very good fuel.
Yeah, also
running a nice 2-stop. I assume a 2-stop from the fact that he's still going, but that looks like it's going very well actually, all the way up to 6th from where they were before.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much time you lose in the pit stop, but yeah.
I can make a guess, so It's not a very good guess, but I'll base it off Ben and Comfy. Ben was about 3 to 5 seconds behind Comfy. Makes a pit stop, damage as well fixed. So I'll guess if it was just fuel and tyres, maybe 30, 35 seconds, something around there. It's a very rough estimate, but maybe we can work with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with fuel and tyres, that is, obviously. But now we look, Bosworth has set a 59.0, so the fastest lap of the race. But the Arix cars aren't actually fully fueled, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Well, none of, maybe that's all the fuel you need for a 3-stop. Actually, that makes sense. And Comfy pits. Okay, race leader now. So, not quite on for a 2-stop with this pit time.
Yeah.
So let's
I
look.
think, Flipsy pits as well. He definitely needs more fuel.
So maybe this is the furthest it can... Oh yeah, Flipsy very low on fuel. Maybe this is the furthest it can really go. I think Comfy could have taken it to 40 minutes and maybe tried a 2-stop, but if you take into account the formation lap was on this as well, then it could be hard for a 2-stop to be possible here.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll see someone try it later on. I think some of at least our drivers are definitely better on their tyres than Ben and Bosworth, so maybe some of them will give it a go. Comfy comes out back in the lead. Let's have a look at where Flipsy returns.
Joe is now in the first corner, so...
Flipsy may be fueling up a bit extra compared to everybody else, which makes sense, given that he'll be doing a longer stint. Comfy only with 3 full tank of fuel, so that's why he's dropped a little bit behind Joe, now 8 seconds behind.
Yep, and Ostergeschenk has damage.
That is a shame, actually. I was enjoying Ostergeschenk. Is that okay, Ostergeschenk?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Alright. I'll take that then. He's been doing a good job, but it's not the worst time to have damage, actually, given how low the fuel is. I imagine a pit stop soon, so...
I'm pretty sure he has to pit this lap.
Yeah, that makes
Anyways.
sense. But maybe the one who will be able to pull off a 2-stop is the one who's gone longest, so... Could be.
Maybe.
Just say Easter gift. Easter gift? What does that mean?
I mean, that's basically his name translated.
I guess, okay. It's an interesting name.
Yeah.
So that's it translated, but like, what does it actually mean? If you get what I mean.
I don't know,
like...
we don't do
okay.
presents on Easter.
No, we don't do presents on Easter either, so I've not heard of that. But maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
So everyone's settled down a bit. No one's particularly close on track. We've got a few medium runners at the back. We've got Paul and GT Ica both on mediums. So let's see how that goes. I think it's not the worst strategy, but I think definitely running softs all the way will probably be quicker.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they just want to have more traction in
right.
In the end of their stints between their pits.
Makes it a bit more of because the soft tyres, once they are worn, they can be a bit difficult to drive, and it makes sense with the crashes that might happen. Yeah. So Ostergeschenk and Masma now pit the last 2, I think, to come into the pits.
Masma almost no fuel left.
Yeah.
Maybe completely.
Very well timed, that one. Let me look forwards a bit. Comfy in the outlet. The gap now is staying fairly solid. Obviously, Comfy has the fresher tyres compared to most other cars.
Yeah. I think the closest gap right now is between both Arix cars.
It looks like it, yeah. And Bosworth obviously has... Well, Bosworth's best lap time is over a second faster than Ben, so we could see that become a battle soon. But let's wait and see.
Yeah.
McComfy seems fairly comfortable, a bit better tyre and fuel wear than the Arix cars, and managing to keep ahead of them, so without any mistakes. Comfy looks like he's fairly well set to do well in this stint.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at lap times, I'm going to have a look at that. Oh, we've got a bit of a closer gap. We've got Paul has caught up to GT Ica, but Paul with the same damage again. I don't know how he's done it again. But I think next time he sees a car with that damage, he won't be very happy.
Yeah.
And a penalty as well.
It's a bit of a penalty, yeah.
Let's see if Paul can catch up to GT Ica. Paul has been fast in this race, despite the crashes and the damage. He has been fast, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, no one else too close. The Arix car's close-ish, but I imagine if they do catch, that will be a fairly formation pass rather than a proper overtake. So yeah, I'll keep with Paul, see if he can catch up. His lap times before were he's running about 2 seconds a lap when he does a good lap, faster than GT Ica, so this should look for an overtake here.
Yeah. I mean, on the straight it looks like the Mercedes is definitely faster, though.
Yeah, especially with damage.
Yep.
Interesting that Paul's running. I think that's the stability management is the one that's showing up. I've not seen a lot of people run that in the past. I think usually when you run it with go-karts or maybe the Red Bull, whatever it's called, the X something. Can't remember what year it is. Those cars you usually
2019.
run. 2019, right? Those are cars you sometimes run. Oh, Paul's gone wide.
Paul, yep. It saved the car though.
Yeah, that was a good save and somehow gained time through all that. So, well done, Paul. That was impressive. The Arix car's now closer, 1.2 seconds between them. Bosworth's running very fast lap times, low 59s constantly, so I imagine a switch. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Everyone else is about 10 seconds gap between a lot of cars. Paul now on the straight, obviously probably lost time on the straight with the damage and the Porsche. But...
Yep.
When he's hooking it up, he's going quite quickly. This overtake's possible. He'll have to get very close in the mountain section for that slipstream to have enough effect for him to get past.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Ice Tigers is now 2 seconds behind Masma and could make an overtake. This is very exciting. After the race that he's had, I think it will make him quite happy.
Yeah.
And that Mustang on the straight should be good, and purple for the first sector as well to top it all off.
Yeah, first sector is pretty good for a car that's fast in the straight, I suppose.
Yeah, makes sense. But I think it's still a nice thing to see on your screen when you go purple.
No, yeah, definitely, I can tell.
Oh, here we go. So Paul now within slipstream range of GT Ica. Ica slightly wide in that S's section, so Paul right behind. He'll have to stay right behind in order to make this move possible. I think at the moment he's a bit too far back, but if he gets a good exit. All right, on board. Why not? And go into the cockpit cam. Have you heard about they're bringing VR into everything pretty much in this game?
Oh yeah, I heard of that too.
I think that'd be quite cool. But I was thinking I'm a bit worried because this cockpit cam is it's not the best, you know. So I'm interested to see how that goes. But it's definitely a cool thing. Something to notice while I'm on board here that I've picked up on is how weird the Porsche gearing is. It always has been, right, since GT Sport, but it's so strange. He's taking first gear in a lot of these corners, it just seems weird to me.
Ike gone wide on the first corner there.
Yeah, and now Paul, this might have to be a bit of a dive bomb with the lack of straight line speed. Let's see.
Gonna be difficult, definitely out there. Oh, was there contact maybe?
There was a bit of contact, but I think it wasn't too bad. Obviously, when there is contact, people can report, and the stewards can look at it and dish out penalties after the race. But I think that one.
Yeah, I think
it wasn't too bad.
That was that's alright.
And Bosworth now within slipstream range of Ben, so this could be a pass for second place here. And Ben looks like letting Bosworth through actually, so that looks very orchestrated. I imagine they'll be in a party chat together, so it makes sense that they are working together as a team. And now we'll see if Bosworth can chase Comfy. Paul's now pulled away from Ika. I'll look at Ice Tigers for a bit. Although Masma actually doing good lap times at the moment, so it might be tricky for Ice Tigers to catch at the moment. But let's see.
Masma has the better tires also.
Oh, much better actually. Yeah, I've just noticed that. Masma with the recent pit stop. Obviously, maybe going for a 2-stop. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe. The Subaru is pretty good at saving tires. So I think that's not gonna be a problem. The tires.
Okay. It looks to me like Ostergeschenk is the best on the saving front through the field. So if anyone will do it, I think it will be him.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, you probably know more about it than I do, given it's your car. But yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good at saving fuel, I think, from all that I've tried, all the cars.
Right. Well, maybe you can pull off a 2-stop next stint. I will watch and
so.
see. So Bosworth not making the fastest inroads on Confio, maybe catching up a little bit, but not loads. So just something to watch from a distance, maybe. I think Flipsy is catching Kawajo, but not too quickly. Flipsy on a bit of a longer strategy, so maybe more likely to finish ahead in the race at the end. Rojek has calmed down after the incidents earlier on. But yeah, we're definitely in the endurance phase of the race, which isn't too surprising. One thing I do like about, obviously Gran Turismo is annoying for these types of races, and we have to make new lobbies for every stint and all of that. But I do like that we bunch everyone back up and we get a good race for a few 30 minutes every stint,
Yeah, I like it pretty much that way. we haven't seen a crash with a barrier for a while.
Yeah, actually they're doing well, but we are on the new tyres phase, I suppose. Is maybe part of the reason why.
Probably, yeah.
So, I'm now looking at, obviously 2-minute lap time is pretty much exactly, so it's fairly easy to guess how long the stints will be in terms of laps. Interestingly, Comfy going purple in the first sector, so either a very good turn 1, or it must be a very good turn 1 in that car. And I think Ice Tigers will be the first to pit again, with the tyre wear looking this way.
Probably. He was one of the first who pitted anyways.
Makes sense. So, Ika keeping up fairly well with Paul. The gap's not gone too much of an increase. The DLL cars are both running well. I think they're both catching Joe, although maybe not too quickly. Oh no,
Might be now.
not Johnny. But
At least Flipsy, maybe.
yeah. So Flipsy's car, which I found out the other day, is only 2 people, himself and Charles. So they're going, one after the other. I think that's crazy.
My team, I and Johnny do the same, and I think the other cars. No, the third car is 3 people.
So Johnny and somebody else doing the same.
Johnny and me, yeah.
Oh, Johnny and you, okay. And then the other car is 3. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, to be fair, our Arix, but the car Bosworth's in is doing the same as well with him and Peachy, so makes sense. I've just noticed all 3 DLL cars have the same reserve. So maybe that will save you from a stint if you're dying.
I think I'll be fine.
And we've been followed by the amazing Spider-Man. Well, that's exciting. I mean, of all the people who could follow, I think that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just monitoring gaps at the moment. There's not too much going on, obviously. I think
Yeah.
Bosworth is catching Comfy, but not too quickly. Ben
I'm
falling
not sure.
back
Yeah.
a bit.
It's still at about 5 seconds now, a little less, because Confi had to overlap the Mustang.
Oh, I was wondering how come. And now Bosworth needs to lap the Mustang and is definitely losing time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Pretty
gap's
difficult to overlap a
gone,
car
yeah.
in the mountain section. So
That was just unfortunate timing there. And then, so Flipsy catching Joe, but with a penalty now, as we see. And then Rotec, I think, is catching Johnny as well a little bit. And we're coming up to probably a second round of pit stops quite soon. I imagine the Arix cars will be the first in. They look like they have the least fuel. Yeah, other than Ice Tigers with the tyres might be in before them, but oh yeah, and there we go. There goes Ice Tigers into the pits now. Actually, this pit lane entry is very, very sketchy. Actually,
very difficult.
yeah. I know in one of the test races at Autopolis, I didn't realise what the pit lane entry was like, and I went full speed and just crashed into a barrier on the pit lane entrance, full engine damage and everything. And thankfully, I was pitting, but it was still not what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the Arix cars will be the first into the pits.
And Joe, I think as well. He's pretty low in fuel.
Joe slightly more, but yes, I think you're right. And then Comfy and Flipsy will carry on for their somewhat longer strategies by the looks of things, and Comfy looking to lap somebody now, looking to lap Masma, who's his kind of teammate, if you get what I mean. So this shouldn't be too tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, Masma fully stopping to get out the way there. Fair enough. Bosworth is now right behind Ostigashenk and Masma as well. And this could be tricky to lap with 2 cars in a battle.
Yep.
But maybe the Nissan straight line speed will help out.
Probably, yeah.
And I imagine Bosworth either into the pits this lap or next lap.
Yeah, I think that's less than a lap of fuel, maybe. No, he's
carrying on. Hopefully he doesn't run out of fuel. I would have pitted.
Gonna be close.
Given the traffic and the low fuel, but I imagine he knows better than we do. Hopefully.
Probably, yeah.
I hope so. Yeah. Arix drivers sometimes mess up their strategies, so let's see. Let's see how we do. And Ben with ever so slightly more than Bosworth, but probably also into the pits this lap.
Definitely. Yeah, if not last lap, then this lap of definitely.
And Joe as well, probably. So we're probably looking at those 3 into the pits this lap.
Yeah.
Comfy and Flipsy will go a bit longer.
And Roadtech, I think as well. Roadtech and Masma have the most fuel.
Roadtech has a lot of fuel. Yeah, you're right. But bad tyres for Roadtech. Let me check Masma. Masma has okay tyres. I don't know how much longer Roadtech can go. I think Roadtech would have just fueled to full instead of to, you know, a stint length of fuel. Which is maybe a mistake there. Flipsy's still slowly catching Kawajo, but it's not big gains like maybe he would want to see. Bosworth looks like he's going to make it. Just maybe had to fuel save a bit on this lap to make sure. So it's interesting to see because these cars who pit this lap are a bit behind where they need to be for a 2-stop. Not 2 stops,
yeah.
3 stops, sorry. So
I mean, the Arix cars had a little less fuel after the last pit stop, so
yeah,
I think they if they fuel up a little bit more this lap. This pit stop.
But even the tyres as well maybe need both of them on 1% fuel as they come into the pits. Let's see if Joe pits as well. Joe pitting as well, yeah.
Yeah.
With slightly more fuel in the Mercedes there. So Flipsy will go through, and once again Comfy and Flipsy will be the top 2 in the stint. I'll watch Bosworth to see where he feeds out. Maybe near Johnny, possibly. Or maybe slightly ahead. Let's see.
Johnny pits as well.
Oh, Johnny pits as well. Okay, never mind. Well, Johnny with a bit more fuel. Maybe could have gone a bit longer, but pits as well. And Bosworth out now. 43 seconds behind the leader. 10 seconds behind Flipsy. Ben also out. 6 seconds behind Bosworth, but with the 3-second penalty for cutting the pit lines. So both of them have done it now. And let's see where Joe comes out. Rotek goes through still.
Yep, Joe.
And Joe also with the penalty.
As well.
Maybe one of the better additions to GT7 from GT Sport. Actually, I like that you get penalties for crossing the pit lines.
Yeah, it adds a little bit of realism.
Yeah. And here we go, Johnny now out. the pits. And no penalty, round of applause.
Yay.
And now Paul pitting as well, hopefully to get rid of that damage once again. He has done the majority of the race with this exact damage, so let's... he might crash without it, he might not be used to it. And Ika continues. I'll be interested to see what tyres Paul puts on, because he was running mediums in that stint, so let's see.
To softs now.
Yeah, I think so too. Now he comes, yep, soft tyres, you're right, and almost a full tank of fuel. And through goes Flipsy. Actually, I will check on all the guys who pitted. So we have Johnny, he's gone to just over 3/4 of a tank. Joe with a bit extra. Rotek didn't pit, and then the Arix car's just under 3/4 of a tank. So
yep.
Once
Rotek
again, less
pits.
fuel. Oh, Rotek pits, okay. Yeah, that makes sense looking at the tyres, and we're not in a good way. I find it interesting that the rear tyres are worn more on the Jaguar, because it is front engine, so I would have assumed that the front tyres would wear more, but I guess maybe with a certain driving style.
Yeah.
For me, even in mid-engine cars, I wear the front tyres more. I can't save them at all. Johnny goes through. Oh no, maybe Rotek exits just in front. This will be close actually. We go Rotek just ahead. But will Johnny be able to make the move? The Genesis not so quick on the straights, but
Maybe with cold tires he might get difficulties. No, he stays in front after the first
just about
corner.
stays ahead, yeah. But if Johnny manages to stay close, of course, through the mountain section down the back straight, it could be an overtake there. Yeah, this is definitely the closest battle on track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for flipping through all the cars there for a second. I was just checking out where everyone's at. Rotek now pulling away a bit from Johnny, I think. Maybe the slightly faster car in this stint. But let's see if Johnny can keep up through here. And yeah, looks like Rotek's going to run away a little bit.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, if I look at the past lap times, he's definitely faster car.
Yeah. A bit under a second a lap faster, maybe. So Bosworth chasing Flipsy with new tyres, so let's see if he catches before Flipsy has to make a pit stop. I imagine he probably won't, because Flipsy's pit stop should be fairly soon. And also catching Comfy as well, but maybe not enough to make a real difference in that one.
Yeah.
And yeah, no one particularly close.
I think Confi's gonna pit now.
Oh really? Okay, let's have a look. Oh yeah, Comfy with very little fuel. I thought he would have been able to last a bit longer, but
Yeah,
Comfy
there he
definitely on a
goes.
3-stop with the others actually. So it's equal strategies, but the Arix cars do have, earlier pit stops, generally less fuel, and they'll need to save a bit longer. So Comfy with the advantage still.
Yeah.
And let's see where he comes out, and also if Flipsy pits as well. I think Flipsy can go a bit longer.
Yeah, probably around 2 laps more, I think.
I was going to have a look at something, trying to remember what it was. Oh, it was Ostergashenk. Has damage now.
Oh,
In quite a close battle with Massima, actually. But I'll go back to Comfy now as he exits the pits, just behind Flipsy. And there goes Paul as well, the lapped car. Bosworth is 3 seconds behind, so it's got closer. It has got closer. But Bosworth with less fuel and more worn tyres. And Flipsy, of course, now leads, having not pitted.
Yeah.
I didn't notice the kangaroo on top of that car before. That's a good addition, given the track.
Yeah, the DLL cars have that.
Yeah, I like that one. So let's see if Comfy can lap Paul. It's going to be a tricky place to do it, so it could be some time lost. He might get away with it though on the straight rather than through this mountain section here. Comfy drifting. It was quite an impressive drift.
Would be a bad time for damage right now.
It really would be. Drifting again for Comfy, okay. Maybe cold tyres playing a part there.
Yeah.
But now hopefully Paul will let him go by. Paul actually keeping kind of on the pace of the leaders in this position despite being lapped. Maybe not letting Comfy go on this straight. With Flipsy's slipstream, he has enough speed, but really he should let Comfy past here. Maybe looking to unlap himself against Flipsy with the worn tyres. So yeah, Paul definitely doing something interesting here.
Yeah, I think he is faster than Flipsy right now.
Yeah, it seems like he is faster, but slower than Comfy and Bosworth, I think.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't know exactly what the rules are on blue flags and DES, but I think if you're in the same class, you do have to let the other the drivers go.
So yeah.
But Paul not unlapping himself, but not. Oh no, is he?
He might get through now.
No,
it's a bad spot to overtake someone.
Yeah, definitely on the outside. Oh, he lets Comfy go. There we go. Brushing against the wall. Will he let Bosworth go as well? No. It's Comfy. Oh, wow, round the outside of Flipsy.
Wow.
That was very impressive. Now Bosworth, I guess, will... Hello, I'm just going to call you Monster. I'll say sorry now. Hello, anyway. Welcome to the stream. Oh, bit of contact between Bosworth and Flipsy as they go through the mountain section. Bosworth looking for a risky overtake. Just about pulls it off. I think Flipsy maybe not fighting that too hard, knowing that they're on different strategies.
Yeah, probably.
And once again, Paul looking to unlap himself. Bosworth maybe tactically would give Paul the slipstream here just to make Flipsy's life more difficult, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, I think he's gonna pit now, this lap.
Oh, that makes sense. And
At least I would, if I was him.
Yeah, it looks like it. And there he goes into the pit lane. Hopefully he doesn't mess up the pit entry.
Nope.
Okay, lovely. So we do have a battle for the lead, I think. Bosworth and Comfy are close together.
Yeah.
Ben
has... see there's a
dropped
car
off,
in front of them.
Oh, is there?
About to be lapped soon.
Masma, yeah. Okay. Spotted that. No, that's interesting because you would expect Masma to maybe be more kind to Comfy than to Bosworth.
I think so, yeah.
So
probably.
Yeah. So let's see how that goes. And Flipsy exits just behind Kawajo. And Ostiga Schenk behind them, but lapped. Are you allowed to unlap yourself? I'm assuming yes. I would
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
yes, you are. It's
If you're
just,
faster.
yeah. You have to probably be a lot faster because if you unlap yourself and then don't drive away from them, you have to let them back through again. So, yeah. To be honest, if Flipsy had been carrying on at that point in the race, maybe if Paul had got past, he could have just, kept in the slipstream of Paul and used him to drag him along a bit. So, it makes sense. And Bosworth now catching Comfy, and I feel like if Bosworth does catch, it should be an easy overtake with the straight line speed.
Yeah.
But I will watch Flipsy and Kawajo because I think Flipsy should be quicker at this point in the race. I'm getting hungry. I haven't had breakfast. Yeah, the leading battle getting definitely closer. I'm not sure who's in these cars. I'll have a look who's in these cars for the next few stints just to see if I recognise any of the RRC names. I don't know a lot of them, but if they keep up to Comfy's pace, this could be an interesting race. I know for us, we've got our fastest driver next in Ben's car, which is going to be Crowhawk. He should be very quick, or I expect, but he usually doesn't practice, so maybe some crashes incoming.
Okay, yeah. I think practice is on this track is pretty helpful.
He does stress us out because he's really, really fast, but crashes all the time, so it's one of the scarier drivers to put in the car.
Okay.
Massaman not making Comfy's life easy, actually.
Yeah.
Bosworth now right behind.
Oh, there was contact.
No damage for either car, but this is probably going to be an overtake based on the straight line speed of the cars.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Yeah. So Bosworth, they are side by side still. Comfy keeping the nose in, but I think Bosworth on the inside should be passed. But he's gone deep. He's gone off the track, and Comfy. Oh, Comfy also off the track.
Oh, that was close.
Bosworth, this is very okay. Has Bosworth gone off the track there? No, not quite. So Bosworth just ahead, but Comfy may be looking at the inside into turn one. Not the easiest overtaking point, and Bosworth
definitely not.
Just about. That was very close for the lead. Comfy right up behind again. Obviously, Bosworth will be faster on the straights. Comfy had a good exit.
The Lancer's doing surprisingly well on the straights right now.
Okay, and Bosworth just about holds into the lead. But as we've been saying, Comfy with better tyres, better fuel. I would say still in the net lead of the race, but
yeah.
And I'll now watch Flipsy as he gains on Joe, because that gap was definitely bigger a couple laps ago.
Yeah, Bosworth now about a second in front.
Okay. So that's maybe Comfy just backing off and just to get some clean air, maybe. It will be interesting to see now, because I think, for me at least, when you follow another car, it's a lot easier to go fast, like what Bosworth was doing. But once you're leading it, it's much more difficult. That's in my experience anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too. You can easily see what line the other one is driving and follow him.
Yeah, it allows you to... Anyway, will interrupt that because Flipsy is now right behind Joe. Had a very good middle part of the lap, gained about a second, so now this should be an overtake. And they've got Ice Tigers just in front, that's very close.
Ooh.
Subaru not quite fast enough on the straights to really hold alongside, but he's made the move through the kink, and nicely done. So Flipsy takes 4th, maybe resumed where he should be or has been in the race.
Yeah.
Comfy catching back up to Bosworth. You said he was about a second behind, so he's caught back up to 7/10 now. So definitely Bosworth not necessarily faster, but maybe taking advantage of the straight line speed and the slipstream. Ostergashenka's. The race has definitely gone downhill here.
Oh yeah, again with damage as well.
Yeah, and Ice Tiger's not last place. Despite the horrible beginning to the race, it's definitely improving. I've just noticed, Tornado, you're supporting Paul in the race. I hadn't watched that. He's had an interesting one. He's had damage for a lot of the race, but he has been fast, and I think now he's coming back. He's gained some consistency, and he's doing a good job at this point now.
Yeah. Though at the moment he's 1 minute behind the next car.
Yeah, it could be difficult to get higher than 8th. But let's see how it goes. So Joe has actually kept up with Flipsy. And the Mercedes, I think, a bit faster on the straights, so let's see if he'll be able to pull something off, maybe on the run up to turn 2, if he can keep close through this section. There has been a lack of crashes recently. I'm proud of everybody. I don't think I could have done it.
Yeah, I expected more crashes.
Yeah.
I think I will definitely crash more.
Maybe you'll make up for everyone not crashing in this stint. I hope not, though.
We'll see. Maybe not. Depends.
So Ika getting out of the way. I think Joe lost a bit of time in turn 1, so won't be able to make the overtake there. Comfy keeping fairly well with Bosworth. 1.3 seconds behind now, but Ben has damage again. That might have been for a while, because the pace has dropped off. I hadn't noticed that one.
Oh yeah.
So not the best stint for the Arix-1 car, but there are definitely some very fast drivers coming in later on, so let's see. Although I expected more from Ben, I'll tell him off afterwards. Oh, Joe has a fairly big incident. That's damage. He's gone wide at one of the corners up over the hill. So damage. That's what I will now call the pull damage, the front damage in one of the wheels. And Paul has it as well. Oh no! Oh no! Of course he does. Oh.
Maybe he is faster with damage.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows? He is catching Johnny a little bit. Not much, but a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Slowly.
But yeah, definitely the top 7 quite far ahead of the rest at the moment. Ice Tigers. Massima has had a pit stop, I think, by the looks of things. And has dropped to last place, but with the pit stop, so not so bad.
And Confi is within a second behind Bosworth.
Confi's caught back up again. Maybe a mistake from Bosworth in the early part of this lap, because last lap he was quicker, so maybe a mistake in turn 1 as Confi catches back up. This is a good battle for first place. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's been quite nice.
Yeah. Interestingly, the closest on the track is first place. So yeah, it's quite good to see. Obviously behind, Flipsy might be able to catch Ben fairly soon. Ben with the damage, of course, is struggling a bit, so Flipsy might be able to catch him and go for a podium in this stint.
Confi is probably out of slipstream range, so he's losing some time on the straight.
Makes sense.
A lot of time, actually.
I'm not sure. Slipstream range on GT Sport was definitely zero. It was 3/4 of a second. I'm not sure if it's the same on 7, but I think it's probably similar. But the slipstream definitely weaker than it used to be on the other game.
Yeah.
Which I think is an advantage. I would say it's still too strong on this game. But it does make for good racing.
Definitely, yeah.
And Flipsy gaining about 2 seconds a lap on Ben. So I think the podium is definitely possible for Flipsy in this stint.
Yeah.
Especially
as long as he's staying away from the barriers.
That's a good point. And the barriers are always near at this track.
Yep.
I really like this livery that Comfy has, actually. It's quite a cool half and half type. I like it anyway.
Yeah, I think it's half their normal livery and the other half is the Ken Block livery.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
That is really that's a great livery, actually. Flipsy once again, almost 3 seconds on the last lap gained on Ben. But Ben will have to pit soon, so maybe Flipsy won't get his chance in this stint, but maybe in the final one.
Yeah.
So I'm looking, it looks like in the Mustang, Ice Tigers is going to be going again for stint 2.
Yeah, definitely.
That will be interesting. 4 hours straight of Bathurst. It's maybe not my idea of a fun time, but well, yeah, fun, and then maybe slightly deathy.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, yeah. You are driving 6 hours today, so yeah.
Yeah.
The team is named Easy Toy. I'm confused. Okay, we have a fairly close battle. Ice Tiger's on incredibly worn tyres, and GT Ica on not worn tyres. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I think Ice Tiger's front tires will
I mean, surely it
fall
picks up
off
this
within
lap,
this
right?
lap.
Yeah. I mean, this car will be understeering like crazy. It will be very difficult to turn.
I think that's not so bad for the Mustang. If I remember right, the car oversteers normally.
Oh, okay. So maybe balance it out a bit.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've not driven this car a lot.
Yeah, I have pretty much no experience with the Mustang. It's never really been a fast car with the BOP as it is, so.
Yeah.
But Eddie did put in a very good qualifying time with it in the qualifying, so it has some pace clearly. And Rotek is catching Kawajo about 2 seconds a lap, and also Flipsy catching Ben. So those are the two I think will be the closer battles on track. Comfy and Bosworth, the gap staying fairly stable.
Yeah.
So Bosworth will be pitting soon, I think.
Ben will definitely pit at the end of this lap.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Ben definitely going to have to do a longer stint for the final stint, which should be fine with a bit of extra fuel.
Yeah.
Ben, yeah, I imagine we'll pit and Flipsy will be able to go through fairly easily. So it looks like Comfy is going to have to overtake Bosworth in this race to win it, because Bosworth will pit first, get the undercut, and then Comfy will have to overtake him in the final stint. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I wonder when Comfy will stop. I think he might be pitting at around the same time, maybe.
You think, oh well, that could be a smart strategy if he pits at the same time and just doesn't have to put as much fuel, so he can gain the position that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be clever. Comfy, I imagine fairly good on the strategy. So let's see if he. Bosworth probably going to get a 3-second penalty there.
Yeah, he turned in on the pit stop pretty late.
Yeah.
Maybe he knew that Comfy might do this.
Yeah, maybe. So let's see where he comes out. He might come out ahead of Ben actually, which would be interesting. Flipsy right behind Ben now, but I guess Ben too. So Flipsy will be able to go through. Rotek has passed Kawajo with big damage actually. I've only just noticed that.
Oh. Must have been a big incident.
Yeah, maybe a pit stop soon. Maybe an incident with Rotek, but Rotek has no damage, so I'd be surprised. Both Arix cars now pit. Bosworth with quite a lot of fuel, that's definitely enough to get to the end, and just behind Flipsy. So he'll have to make an overtake first. This could be Comfy's window to make a pit stop and come out ahead if he doesn't have to fuel as much. And yeah, let's see Ben where he comes out.
Paul pitted and he has a penalty now, 4 seconds.
4 seconds. Oh no. At least no damage though. But maybe that makes him slower. Ben just out behind Ostergeschenk with the penalty, 3-second penalty for cutting the pit lines. So now into 6th place. He's 8 seconds behind Johnny. Yeah. Okay.
Probably gonna become more.
So I'm gonna
penalty.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to watch Bosworth now. Should be a fairly easy pass on Flipsy with fresh tyres and better straight line speed, but let's have a watch.
I imagine Flipsy not gonna fight this position.
Yeah, I would be surprised. I mean, he's gone defensive. And actually, the Subaru keeping up with maybe even quicker than the Nissan there on the straights. Will Bosworth go for a dive bomb? He does.
Yeah, and he
maybe didn't expect to have to do that, but he has made the move. Just Flipsy, he's parked the bus there. Flipsy might be a bit annoyed at that, but I think it's fair racing. And Bosworth holds 2nd place. Flipsy may be looking for a move there for a second. And he's got a good exit. Will he go for it? No, maybe the smarter choice there from Flipsy with giving worn tyres. Oh, here he goes though. Bosworth not getting good exits out of these corners. Flipsy may be frustrated.
The road tech pits, probably his last pit stop.
Yeah. Just gonna watch, make sure. Okay, Bosworth holds that position, and now we will watch Rotek in the pits. And Johnny pitting as well. So let's see where they come out. Rotek might be near Ben with that penalty as well.
Definitely for Joe before.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Rotek was ahead of Joe, I think, before the pit stops, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just behind, not far behind Ben, actually.
Pretty close, yeah.
And then with the lap car Massimo behind, but that should be fine. And then Johnny, let's see, he'll be behind Joe. Joe's gone through, and definitely ahead of Paul. So yeah, Johnny in a lot of clean air, but with the 3-second penalty, unfortunately.
Oh man.
So now we wait, I guess, for Comfy and Flipsy to pit, and then we'll see where everyone shakes out. I think Flipsy will rejoin third, Comfy either first or second, depending on how much fuel needs to go in that car. And then we'll see how it goes. The top four could change up a bit. And Rotek definitely in there with a chance.
And Flipsy pits now.
Okay, Flipsy in the pits. Comfy going for another lap. Maybe another 2 laps, we'll see. So Flipsy, to me, it seems like is on pretty much the ideal strategy in terms of timings of pit stops and how it's gone.
Yeah, it looks like it. He also never had damage throughout the race, I think.
Yeah, actually that's true. Flipsy and Comfy have definitely driven the cleanest races out of everyone. And also Johnny as well. I think Johnny hasn't had damage.
Yeah. Good for me.
Yeah. Well, there you go. See, now you can get all the damage. So Flipsy comes out. Where will he be with respect to Ben? I imagine ahead, but possibly not by too much. Oh no, he's got a fair gap. I would guess that's about 10 seconds once it's corrected. Just under.
Yeah.
9 seconds.
9 seconds.
Okay. So now, and Rotek has really caught Ben actually. So maybe Rotek looking for a 4th or maybe even a podium in this race if he can drive very well.
It's definitely in the range.
Yeah. And Comfy pits now. Okay. So will Comfy come out ahead of Bosworth? I mean, if Comfy comes out ahead, he should be able to win this stint fairly easily.
Yeah. Bosworth is on the back straight right now.
Yeah. It will be close. 38 seconds, so depending how much fuel, it really depends on how much fuel Comfy needs to put in the car. Comfy has changed tyres, is now fueling up.
Bosworth at the finish line.
Yep. And Comfy now released and coming out of the pits. Bosworth coming around turn 1. I think Comfy's going to be ahead. Not by too much, but just ahead.
Probably,
Yeah, so Comfy has done the overcut there. Maybe having to put in less fuel. And, oh, Bosworth has damage. Okay, that does explain it.
Alright.
That's unfortunate. So this should be comfortable for Comfy now to win this stint. Bosworth will try and get the car home in one piece.
Yeah. Rotek is now
very close, yeah.
Behind Ben.
With the lap car in the middle, but so yeah, this is definitely one to watch, Rotek and Ben. getting towards the end of the stint now. These two are, I think, both catching Flipsy as well. So it could end up being a three-way fight for the podium. But let's see.
Yeah, possibly.
Because Ben hasn't been the most consistent, so let's see if he can keep it out the barriers, and then maybe he'll be able to fight for that.
Flipsy also has the best tires out of them, though it's not a lot.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And in fuel terms, Ben with a bit less, so he might have to save a bit towards the end of the race. Let's see. Hopefully he calculated it well. No other really close battles through the field. Ice Tigers has dropped to the back once again, unfortunately. So we are looking at the top four for some action here, because I think everyone else has kind of spread out and settled in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like this battle for third is going to be where it's at, I think. Comfy should be able to pull away from Bosworth fairly comfortably with the damage that Bosworth has now.
Yeah. Convy is around 2 seconds in the front.
Yep.
I think he made a little mistake just now in the uphill section.
He has, yeah, he's lost a bit of time there. Yeah. Bosworth is actually gaining through the mountain section, interestingly, but he'll lose all his time on the straights with the damage.
Yeah.
Ben and Rotek, the gap is fairly consistent. Ben a bit quicker than Flipsy, so they could catch towards the end of the race, but it might be hard for them.
Paul was in the barrier.
Oh, he's been in the barriers. I think he already had that damage, but he does still have it. And now Flipsy right behind him. Hopefully he'll get through fairly easily on the straight. And Paul will have to drive with that damage for the rest of this stint, unfortunately.
Probably not that big of a problem for him.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. But I will watch that now, because I think GT Iker might be able to enjoy your breakfast. I'll try it. Can you say his name? GTP.
Nushel?
Nushel. Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting all my pronunciations sorted now. But yeah, as I said, I'll watch GT Iker. Might be able to catch Paul if Paul's got damage, but he is on medium, so that could be difficult for him. Rotek has closed up to Ben now, and Ben with a bit of lap traffic in GT Iker, so it could be an opportunity for Rotek if Ben doesn't get past here, but I think he will. So Bosworth, interestingly, is actually doing fairly good lap times. He's keeping a somewhat solid gap to Comfy, but losing a bit of time. But
yeah,
I don't think that Ben and Rotek will catch Flipsy fast enough. So while I was watching that, I think they may be a tiny bit faster, but not enough faster to catch before the end of this stint. So we'll see if Rotek can make the move on Ben then. Remembering Rotek actually started from the back and had some crashes, so he's done a very... Oh, Ben's made a mistake. He's gone wide, and Rotek straight past.
No damage though.
Now damage.
Oh,
he's made another mistake. Oh no. Oh,
that's unfortunate. Yeah.
that's a shame. It is a 12-hour race, but that is a shame.
Yeah, Rotek is doing an impressive job, I think.
Yeah, he's gone from last to fourth now. He could chase Flipsy, but I think he'll struggle.
His lap times are about half a second to 1 second faster, so maybe.
Yeah, definitely possible. In terms of how many laps, we're probably going to get 60 or 59 laps, right? Maybe. Something
Probably,
around there.
Yeah.
So, see, he's got a while to go. Looking at the leaders, still a fairly consistent gap there. I don't think much will change at the top. Iker has lost time to Paul actually, so maybe not one to watch there unless Paul manages to get more damage. Ice Tigers though could catch Massima. They're on similar tyre wear.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm looking for my next battle.
I'm not sure if Masma pitted for a third time. Maybe he's on two pit stops.
Oh, maybe. That's quite impressive if he is. I'm expecting you to do 2 pit stops in the next stint. I'll be watching.
I try.
Yeah. And yeah. Oh, Ice Tigers. That was a very good save. That was very impressive. He got went wide on the top of the hill and just about managed to save the spin. Rotate for laps, Paul.
It's easy to spin in that corner.
Yeah. So Rotek is catching Flipsy, but maybe not even catching Flipsy. The gap not coming down too much. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if these are the positions at the end of the race, except for Ice Tigers maybe getting Massima.
Yeah, possibly.
And we will then go into Stint 2, which, except for Ice Tigers, who continues obviously, including yourself. And yeah, okay, definitely Ice Tigers could make this overtake if he can avoid mistakes like what he had earlier. I think definitely
He's
Ice Tigers.
definitely getting closer. Yeah.
Yeah, possibly the only one who's got the ability to make an overtake.
Yeah, if so, I expected to be in the next lap, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe even at the end of this lap if he does very well through the mountain section, then
Maybe yeah.
even. What I think I will do at some point is might be nice to spectate a lap of Comfy to see how he's driving. Give some tips for anyone watching the stream.
Could be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're saying the Mustang probably faster on the straights, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Probably
maybe not. Oh, Massima's had a bad exit, so it's possible. Yeah. And
exit is also pretty important.
Yeah. So Ice Tigers, I think this should be a fairly easy move. Actually, we're right on board. He goes to the inside. The track looks really cool actually from the onboard camera. I didn't notice that before. GT7 graphics are very good as Ice Tigers, has moved through. And I think Johnny is waiting in the wings to lap both of those.
Yeah.
So you know what, here, Comfy's coming towards the end of this lap. We will watch a lap of Comfy, who is likely, I don't want to curse him, without any crashes or anything, will win this stint. Well, maybe I do want to curse him, or make Arix win, but, you know. Here he goes, coming onto a flying lap. I think this one might be a personal best lap, actually, itself. And there it is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if this next one is any good as well. I think he's in a very good rhythm at this point. He's been going for an hour and 3/4. This car actually looks quite nice to drive, if maybe not the fastest, but he's making it work.
Yeah, definitely.
I met a guy on GT Sport who used to just race the Lancer, and he used to do crazy strategies and do like 1-stops in 3-stop races or something like that. And he always just won every league race we ever did. No one could ever beat him. And he basically said he'd learned this car as much as possible, learned all the techniques and everything. And
that's quite impressive.
Yeah, it was very cool to see, because it's not really a car that you would usually choose.
Yeah, definitely not. Though at least I tested it on this track before. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this track it's a shame with this track, and maybe this game as well, it's very difficult to drive any mid-engine car except the Porsche around here. And you can see, you know, based on what cars have been entered, I think that's a bit of a shame. It would be cool to see more of those cars entered, but maybe we'll see that in the future races.
Yeah.
Especially in the WEC with the custom BOP. Let's see if Comfy. I think this lap's a bit slower, but it was a good lap still. Rotec is catching Flipsy. Not by loads, but he is catching. I think Flipsy will be able to hold on until the end, but next stint maybe that KWE car not starting from the back. If they have another quick driver in, then it could be definitely a good chance of doing well. Maybe a podium in the next stint. Johnny laps Ice Tigers. I really like this livery that Ice Tigers has, actually.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Mostly I just really like the blue colour on it, but it's quite a good livery.
Yeah, they used to run the Haas livery in the last test race.
Oh, really?
I think, and yeah, I think that's quite a improvement.
I think I agree with you. Definitely an improvement on that. Yeah, definitely the whole race settled down a bit now.
Yeah, I think Flipsy and Rotec might be the only cars that might get into a...
Yeah, it's possible. Rotec has gained over a second on this lap, so it's definitely a possibility. Yeah. Maybe Flipsy starting to feel the pressure at the end of the race, or I know for me, towards the end of a race, if I've done well, you start to feel the pressure and maybe drive a bit more safe.
Could be.
But yeah, Rotec has been very aggressive the whole race. Well, not aggressive, but driving all out the whole time, you know.
Yeah.
So, and this looks like a very quick lap. Yeah, Flipsy does a 2:01.4, Rotec a 2:02, so over a second gained again, so could definitely be a battle towards the end. There's about 5-6 laps remaining.
Yeah, Rotec very consistent with his lap times.
Oh wow, yeah. And for a long time as well. It was quite impressive.
Yeah.
Definitely got into a rhythm now by the looks of things, and only really Comfy is running quicker than Rotec at the moment. Flipsy has answered back on this lap, managing to keep the gap fairly stable, even increasing it a bit.
Yeah, gained a bit.
I've only just noticed Kawajo with damage, but he's in a very safe position in the race. There's not too many cars around him, so he should be fine to make it to the end there. I think this stint, there's been 3 cars that have been very consistent, and their results have kind of shown that it helps. But yeah, let me allow your chat, Eddie. Sorry.
Yeah.
You want to use the F-type? I don't know. It's censored F-type. I think Twitch has maybe been a bit too sensitive on that one. Yeah, I think the Jag's a really cool car actually. It's comfy. It's drifting all the way through this mountain section. I don't know how it does with the BOP as it is, but it's quite a cool car to drive.
Yeah, it's not the best car with the BOP, but alright.
Yeah. Rotec's doing quite a good job with it, so it's I think it's one of those that's maybe not the fastest, but it can do a decent job.
Yeah.
This is interesting. We've got GT Ika and Johnny. Looks like they're having a fight, although Johnny's actually lapping Ika. So that was...
Yeah, there's a big gap between them.
And Ice Tigers now, with really worn tyres, is gaining on GT Ika. Although I don't think he'll make it to the end of the race with those tyres.
I think he has to try. Otherwise he will...
I agree.
Get to the last place.
But those are very worn.
It's gonna be difficult nonetheless.
Yeah.
And Rotec is almost 3 seconds behind him, Flipsy.
So Flipsy didn't even have a bad lap. Rotec just doing a good job by the looks of things. Oh, Flipsy has damage, I've just noticed, so that's why Rotec's caught up. Probably a mistake somewhere in the mountain section from Flipsy. So this will definitely be interesting at the end of the race. I would put my money on Rotec at the moment.
Very unfortunate timing. I think it's the first time he has damage throughout the race.
Yeah, he has driven very well for the whole race actually. So that makes it 2 now, Comfy and Johnny, the only 2 to not get damage in this race. Eddie's saying Ice Tigers doesn't have enough fuel. Oh, you might be right actually. And look at that front right. there's no way that makes it to the end.
How much time is left? 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Yeah, he has to try for at least 3 laps.
Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah. I'll be very impressed if he makes that to the end. But anyway, I'll watch Rotek now because he is catching Flipsy.
He's pitting now, Ice Tiger.
Oh, is he? Okay. That's a shame because he actually was in a fairly good position and he might drop to the back now.
Yep, he definitely will.
Yeah. Oh, that is a shame.
Or maybe not. Maybe he's not...
if he doesn't have to put too much fuel, he might. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Rotate 1.3 seconds now. And gaining.
He gained 2 seconds in the last lap. Rotate.
Yeah. Yep. I'll be surprised if he doesn't overtake. If you look how much time Flipsy was losing on the straight there with the damage as well.
Yeah.
Rotek was over a second behind at the beginning of the straight.
10 kilometers per hour faster.
Oh really? Okay, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So, looking for it into the last corner, not quite. I'll ride on board with Rotek. Let's see where he goes for this move. I think turn 2 probably his best opportunity. Is he going to go for it to turn 1?
Definitely. Yeah. Turn 1 is
that would have been
option.
Crazy. Okay, here we go. Let's see. 3/10 behind. Flipsy's damage should help. He's short shifting a bit, I guess, to save fuel. There he goes. Look how slow Flipsy is on that straight. Round the outside, can he make it?
Yeah. He made it.
He's made it. There we go. Nicely done. Oh, Flipsy's still holding it, kind of, but... Oh!
That
Flipsy...
was the contact? I'm not sure.
Has gone... Hang on. Flipsy has gone into the wall. He's got extra damage picked up there. Rotek letting him through. I don't think that was Rotek's fault, actually. I think it was just a bit unfortunate.
It was pretty risky to try it in the corner.
But Rotek maybe doing the sportsman-like thing and letting Flipsy back through. I imagine he'll get another chance at this overtake. So
he'll get him at the chicane.
Yeah. So yeah, that's good sportsmanship. I like that. I like to see it. I think it's a good way to go about things. If you think it might be your fault, just let them back through. It's better than getting a penalty at the end of the race anyway.
It's a smart thing to do, I'd say. I did
the
same a few races ago.
I mean, that was crazy, the speed that Rotek had. He's 20 miles an hour ahead of Flipsy in terms of top speed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's crazy. Bosworth still with damage and Comfy still out in front. He's had a comfortable race in the end, Comfy. He's done a very good job. No damage. One of the fastest cars, if not the fastest car on track, most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very impressive. And now Flipsy has quite a lot of damage, obviously, and not too much fuel, so it'll be a saving till the end of this race. But this might be the last lap. Maybe not. I think Comfy might get another lap. Bosworth, maybe not. It might just be Comfy who gets another lap.
Yeah, it looks like.
So, yeah, the way that it's worked out, then because Comfy gets the extra lap, I think the gaps will just be worked from this lap effectively. I don't think Comfy's final lap will really matter. But it's a nice thing to have a celebration lap. If you're the only one on it, he can do some donuts. It's definitely a bit of a flex to be the only one who's managed to do it. And by a couple of seconds, I think he's made it there. And yeah, there we go.
Yep, final lap.
Final lap. So Bosworth will be the first to cross the line. Oh no, he won't. Who is that in front of him? Not sure who it was. There was somebody, Masma and GT Ica, both finish, and then Bosworth with Ostergeschenk as well. And now we watch Rotek coming down the back straight. I think this was one of the most impressive races. He came from last place to the podium.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ben. He's pretty low on fuel.
Oh, that's a very good point. This will have to be saving from Ben here to get to the end. And he's not saving, he's revving out the car. Maybe he knows something we don't. Rotek now about to cross the line.
He's only 12 seconds in front, so maybe he should have saved a little bit.
See, on my screen, Ben is out of fuel.
Yeah,
he is out of fuel.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the smartest thing to do. Let's see, Kawajo might catch before the end of the race. In fact, I think he will.
He's rolling, Ben?
Yeah, I think Kawajo will overtake Ben.
Definitely, yeah.
Ben goes around the last corner. Late race drama, Kawajo on the line, takes 5th place, Ben 6th.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate. Now Johnny comes around to finish 7th. And then I think the only one left will be Comfy, who's had his celebration lap. Here he comes. 1st place, extra lap. Congrats. Well done, Comfy. That was very impressive.
Absolutely, yeah.
I will make sure I screenshot the results and save the replay, just in case. I assume you need to get ready for your stint. So if you need to go, feel free.
Okay.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oops, Siri is talking to me.
Then goodbye.
Alright, goodbye. It was nice to have you.
Yep.
Alright, I'll just wrap it up then. The stream, I'll keep going for while we look at the race results. We can go over that. Hopefully the gaps will all be updated, and Stint 2 will start, I believe, at 11:30 European time. 10:30 for me in the UK. Let me just check quickly if my images will load. That would be great. Oh, okay. So we actually, so the Stint 2 will start at 10:30 for me, 11:30 if you're in Europe. Then someone else will be streaming. It will be Flipsy streaming, the guy who has just raced. Maybe he'll have something interesting to say about that. I didn't see the race results. Hopefully somebody else got it, but I will save the replay. That's the most important part. That's what Comfy told me. Anyway, I'll wrap up this stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Stint 1, and we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, very nice race from Comfy, and Flipsy will restart this stream. Hi Flamehaze, you've maybe joined at a bad time. I'm just wrapping up the stream for Stint 1. It will be back on the same channel here, so you can just stick around if you want, why not? And Flipsy will be streaming for Stint 2 in probably about, I would say maybe 15-20 minutes. He'll come on to give maybe a preface to Stint 2. Maybe a slightly higher quality stream as well. He'll be using his PC, so a bit more advanced than my one, but I'll see you all later. I'm streaming Stint 4 and Stint 5, so I'll be back. Enjoy the stints now.